Hey, it's the Empire. Don't forget to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon for more videos. We taking over. Let's go, champ. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. Let's go.
Hey, it's the Empire, Geoboxing Empire, Boxing for Boxing. Now, man, you guys see the tweet, man. Terrance Crawford says, stay away from Vasily Lomochenko and David Haney. Devin Haney. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Now, Terrance Crawford, regarded as the number one pound for pound king, six his minions on my boy, Gervonta Tank Davis, man. He six his minions on him. It's crazy when you have the number one pound for pound fighter, who's damn near, three weight classes above Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis won the 135 title, but he fights in between weight classes right now. So he fights at 130 and 135. So if you do the math, right, what's above 130, 135, then you got 140, and then Terrance Crawford is at 147. This guy is three weight classes up, and uh, he's hyping up his comrades, Vasily Lomachenko and David Haney, and say, yo, you know what, Gervonta, man, stay away from these guys, man. Stay away from these guys. Now, man, I'm shocked. I'm like, huh? Why wouldn't you want this kid fighting the best? Why not? It's crazy, man, because check it out. Gervonta Tate Davis went up in weight, and he came when he fought Gamboa. He went up in weight, and he came in overweight, which makes no sense because he fights at a smaller weight class, so we know he can get smaller than 135, right? This guy didn't train for the fight. Let's just be honest. Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't in shape for this fight. He didn't. Wasn't the best Gervonta Tank Davis. In fact, this is probably the worst. This is by far the worst Tank Davis I ever seen. Period. I never seen him look this bad before, right? And it wasn't like Gamboa was doing anything because the guy had one foot the whole fight. Gervonta Tank Davis just straight up didn't train for the fight. That's what happens when you have so many fans and so many hardcore fans talking about Gamboa got no chin. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Amir Khan when people kept talking about how Amir Khan was going to get stopped by Terrance Crawford when the fight was stopped by a nut shot. Terrance Crawford got Khan out of there by nut shot, and then the fight was stopped. Right? It should have been a no contest, but they ruled it a TKO. He didn't knock him out. He didn't knock him out. He was wide awake, and everything was all good. Because Khan was dropped round one, but he survived and he was still in the fight. And he started landing on Terrance Crawford. Right now, if you actually look at the Terrance Crawford versus Amir Khan fight, and then you look out, Khan was in that fight. He was getting hit, but he was in the fight. Gamboa was never really in the Gamboa. Yeah, Yurkus Gamboa was never in the Tank Davis fight. It wasn't close, right? That being said, people downplayed Gamboa so much that Tank didn't train for the fight, man. He didn't train for the fight. Now, that, it's crazy because between Terrance Crawford, Vasily Lomachenko, and David Haney, they didn't actually have like their best performances. You know what I mean? Terrance Crawford was almost dropped by Mean Machine, and he wasn't promoted that well. But it didn't matter. He didn't look that good in that fight. People could say, "Oh, you know what? You shouldn't be fighting Errol Spence Jr. You almost got dropped by a guy named Mean Machine. Don't fight him." People could easily do that, right? And David Haney went to decision with this guy named, this last fight with Alfredo Montiago, right? And Vasily Lomachenko, he was struggling against his last opponent, So that being said, man, all these fighters actually have not looked that great their last fights. People talk about Tank Davis having a bad fight like they all haven't had bad fights, right? The Luke Campbell fight with Vasily Lomachenko just had a problem with the taller fighter. Granted, Luke Campbell was a great fighter as well, but that's not the point. The point is all these fighters were struggling, and they won, but it was a tougher fight than it should have been, right? And by far, let's be honest, Tank Davis, as bad as he looked, I would have gave Gamboa like one round. Between Vasily Lomachenko, Terrance Crawford, and David Haney, I gave every single opponent, I gave them more than one round. Period. Gamboa barely. I wouldn't even give him a round. Maybe one max. So as bad as Gamboa, as bad as as bad as Gervonta Tank Davis looked, he didn't perform as bad as either of these 3 fighters. So it's crazy that Terrance Crawford is talking about don't fight these guys. You know, it's crazy. Now, we're going to see how everything unfolds, man. I think Gervonta Tank Davis is really scared no one. There's still big fights down at lower weight classes like a Leo Santa Cruz and things like that. We're going to see how everything progresses, you know. I wouldn't be shocked if Haney or Lomochenko has another fight where it's rougher than it should have been. And maybe it gets dropped. You know, it's been happening a lot in boxing. People act like these contenders are just gonna come to lay down. It's not like that, man. You know, sometimes things get competitive. And like I said, man, you know, the difference between Gervonta's performance and everyone else's performance is this. Everyone else came in shape. Everyone else came ready. Gervonta Tank Davis didn't even make weight, man. For the first time, he didn't. He went up in weight and didn't make weight, which doesn't make any sense. The guy didn't train. Let's just be honest. The guy was not 100%. He didn't come ready because people downplayed Gamboa too much. Now we're gonna see how everything unfolds, man. You know, Terrance Crawford 6 his dogs on Gervonta Tank Davis, man. Number 1 pound for pound king. You know, says, yo, you know what? Don't fight my boys, man. You know, it's crazy, man. Because when you're a top guy, they say, you know what? I got my boy over here, man. He can handle my light work. He's trying to get David Haney and Vasyl Lomachenko to handle my boy Gervonta Tank Davis, man. He's like, yo, you know what? Don't avoid him. Some people do that. They'll say, hey, man, don't fight that guy to bait you in to fight the guy. It's mind tricks. Cool stuff, man. Let me know how you guys feel about it, though. That's my take on it. You know, I feel like I said earlier, while Gervonta didn't look great, he really didn't lose any rounds. You could have gave Gamboa 1 round, but you know, that's about it. You know what I mean? Those other fighters, Vasyl Lomachenko, David Haney, they were struggling in those last fight. Even Terrance Crawford got dropped. Come on. Let's just be honest. Out of all 4 fighters, Gervonta Tank Davis, the last performance was much more impressive than all theirs. That's how I feel about it, though. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Like, comment, subscribe. This is The Empire. GeoBoxing Empire. Peace. GeoBoxing Empire.